Okay, let's finish up lesson 2 with the summary. Um, just kind of going over, an equation can be true or false. An example of a true equation is 7 plus 1 is equal to 4 times 2. The value on the left is 8. 7 plus 1 is 8. The value on the right, 4 times 2 is 8. So 8 has the same value as 8. This is a true equation. An example of a false equation is 7 plus 1 equals 9. 7 plus 1 is 8. 9 is 9, and they do not have the same value. So that's a false equation. An equation can have a letter in it, which we call a variable. For example, u plus 1 equals 8. This equation is false if u equals 3 because 3 plus 1 does not equal 8. The equation is true if u is 7 because 7 plus 1 does equal 8. So when we see an equation with a variable in it, we can't really state whether it's true or false without knowing the value of the variable. A letter in an equation is called a variable. In the equation u plus 1 equals 8, the variable is u. A number that can be used in place of the variable that makes the equation true is called a solution to the equation. In the equation u plus 1 equals 8, the solution is 7. If we substitute a 7 in for u, we get 7 plus 1, which equals 8, and this would be a true equation. Now this is important. When a number is written next to a variable, and actually in math, we call this juxtaposition. Means they're right next to each other with nothing in between. So when a number is written next to a variable, the number and the variable are being multiplied. That's implied. Even though there's no multiplication symbol, it is understood that if a number is directly next to a variable, you are multiplying them. So, for example, 7x equals 21 means the same thing as 7 times x equals 21. A number written next to a variable is called a coefficient. If no coefficient is written, the coefficient is 1. For example, in the equation, p plus 3 equals 5, the coefficient of p is 1. So if I have this equation, 2y is equal to 5, y is the variable, and 2 would be called its coefficient. It's almost like thinking it's its co-pilot. It's right next to it. If I have an equation where I just have a variable and there's no number written to it, for example, x plus 7 equals 12, even though there's no number next to this x, because it's one x all by itself, the coefficient is 1. Because I just don't need to write, I could write 1x plus 7 equals 12, but I don't need to. It's superfluous. If there's just one x, if there's just a single variable there, I know it means 1x. All right.